Love and light, love and light. Hey, hey, hey now, Coach Love and Light here. Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to get on up in here. Most definitely. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hi. Okay, Bradensley. How are you? Good, hopefully. Welcome, everyone. Love and light. I decided to tap in with you guys briefly. Hi. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I decided to tap in with you guys briefly. I wanted to touch on a topic today, and this is specifically for my ladies. You men are welcome to sit and listen, but this is definitely for the ladies. Hi. They love Josie. Okay. I'm great. How are you, Josie? Hope all is well with you. You may want to stay tapped in because one of my main topic tonight is for you ladies. I wanted to put a bug in y'all's ear and help a lot of you, uh, on a whole other level. This is specifically for the ladies tonight. I'm not gonna get too much into the men thing, but the men will be mentioned, but not in the way that they want to be mentioned. But yeah, this live is definitely for the ladies. So I'm gonna wait a couple of more minutes before I get started. Maybe we'll have a couple of more people tap in so that they don't miss the live. Because I want to make sure that, everyone gets this message because it's very, very important, honestly. I want to make sure that all of you guys are aware and really, really tapped in, especially during these times right now. It's very, very serious and it's not anything to play with. Oh man, am a boy, you funny. Well, I don't think that you're a boy, unless that's what you claim to be. Uh, yeah, don't claim yourself to be a boy, because that's one of my biggest things I cannot stand is a boy. Them the ones I be leaning on while the men think that all I do is men bash, but I haven't met a man, so go figure. But yeah, so love and light, everyone who just tapped in. I want to say a warm welcome to all of my new subbies since the other day when I went live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love and light to all of you. And hey, hey, hey now, all of my OG subbies, okay? This is Coach Love and Light here. I am tapping in with you guys, and this is on another level tonight. This is for my ladies, okay? Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. However, you want to put it, information as a group and information for you to receive. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. You know, you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. slay or you get eliminated. So I wanted to drop some information on you guys that's very, very serious and will help you ladies along the way. This is specifically pertaining to my high vibrational divine feminines out here. You know, those of you who know who you are, you know what your purpose is, here to do. You're serving your divine purpose and you're not allowing anything or anyone to interfere with that. Okay? Because that is what is extremely important right now. It is extremely important for you, divine feminines, to stand in your power, know who you are, so that no one else can come and trick you out your spot. And, you knowing who you are, meaning you know how to move through this life. You won't allow yourself to be tricked by, potential haters or some man coming in your direction, with the wand, trying to entice you with your wand. But in actuality, all he wants to do is steal your divine energy, your feminine energy, your sexual energy from you. This is very, very important because what I'm seeing on and hearing on a daily basis is just giving me confirmation of all of you who are on your spiritual paths and you're you know, in alignment. You're out here doing what it is that you're supposed to do to stay spiritually aligned. Remember, the devil will send different situations to you to try to trick you. Okay? And the number one thing, well, I'm going to go through the things that the devil will send to you to try to trick you out your feminine energy, your divine feminine energy specifically. Drugs, drinking, substances, and sex. Okay? See, the enemy likes to try to send different things to you guys who are not really sure of how to move through this life, especially when you are a real divine feminine. Knowing yourself is what's most important. That way you know how to move through this life. You know what to reject, and if you have any questions about anything, always go within, because this is not a walk in the park. uh, and I'm going to use myself as an example, being a high vibrational divine feminine. And as I, said on my last live, there's a lot of different guys that are being sent to me to try to trick me out of my spiritual inheritance, because everybody's aiming for sex with me. And that is something that I refuse. And so I'm going to explain this to you ladies on a whole other level. You guys need to know who you are, also know your surroundings and the people that are being sent towards you to trick you out of your spiritual positions, your spiritual spot. It's people out here that really, really want to be you, and they're willing to do anything possible to try to be you. All of my beautiful divine feminines out here that are standing in your power and you handling your business. Do not allow these uh, low vibrational feminine energies who want to be you. Don't allow them to trick you out your spot. Do not allow these low vibrational wannabe so-called men, but they're just demons, who want to steal your divine energy through sex. Don't allow them to get you off of your path. Stay in alignment. No drinking, no drugging, no sex, because that is the quickest way to lower your vibration. I know a lot of you know this, and for those of you who do not know this, I'm just giving you confirmation. I want all of you guys to be in your higher selves and stay there. Do not allow yourselves to be tricked out your spot, because That's what's going on out here. I've been sharing with you guys what people have been attempting to do to me but have failed. Everything is about trying to figure out how to have sex with me, a person who don't have sex. And it's just been like on a whole other level. I cross paths with different females, divine feminines, who are doing a very, very good job. And then some not so much because they're allowing the ways of the world and their flesh and their unhealedness and their codependencies, because some people call them addictions, but they're really not addictions, they're actual codependency. So I had talked to this young man a couple of hours ago, and he recognized me immediately and he called me out, and he started speaking to me about his anxiety. And I said, well, you just need to find something else to do with your time, because obviously you're not directing that energy where it needs to be directed. You're not doing anything, and which is making you be all over the place. I see females like that too. So what y'all have to do to stay in alignment is keep yourself busy. Go work out. Um, Go swimming. Go sit in a hot tub, read a book, paint, go jogging, run, bicycling, go and purchase you a little scooter or something. Get into your childlike state. Be creative. Do all kinds of different things so that you're not sitting around idle all the time and having anxiety because you don't know what to do with that untapped energy that you're holding on to. It's very, very important that y'all don't allow the ways of the world, like people like, oh, come on, let's go out with us. Come go out with us. And the first thing they're gonna do is entice you with liquor. Do you guys not realize that that's the quickest way for someone to be able to do hocus pocus and spell work on you while you're under the influence? It lowers your vibration. Okay? When you want to chief a little bit, you want to puff pass, that lowers your vibration. That allows spell work to work on you. Any type of manipulation that someone wants to do to you will work because your um, frequency is lowered. And you never want to allow that. Also, stay out of your emotions and your feelings. I touched on that my last live as well. Ladies, stay out of your feels. And let me explain why. Because we live in such a time where everybody wants to be us, everybody wants to be the real divine feminine. They think they can be a better version of you than you. Stay out of your feelings because people will play with you on a whole other level, and it is to lower your vibration so they can steal from you energetically. Energy harvesting, energy siphoning. You got to be a master of self. Master your emotions. Master the energy that you put out. Okay, so side note, I know a lot of you wonder, how do I master my emotions after all of the attempts that have been made to try to take my life over the years? I laugh about this shit because I think it's hilariously funny. See, that's how I have began, over the years to master my emotions, because when you really, really think about it and you understand it, number one, you guys being on my channel and me being the person delivering the message, just know this is not by mistake. This is by design. So I'm a person that has experienced a whole lot of different crazy situations and have been able to be triumphant through all of these different situations that have occurred throughout my 51 years of being here on this planet, being tested and tried on a whole other level, trying to test my gangster. And so That is what the enemy is wanting from you. They want an emotional response. They want you to spaz out. They want you to wig out. They want you to lose your whole entire shit so they can have something to talk about. And then that's an opportunity for the energy vampires that are waiting for that response to be able to siphon and harvest your energy and steal from you energetically. So it is very, very important that all of you master your emotions. Do it for yourselves, all of you divine feminines, because you never want somebody else being able to have control over you, got you on puppet strings like they trying to, play you on a whole other level, controlling you in every way, shape, form, or fashion, just off of the fact that they are able to pull on your energy, master your emotions. This was one of the biggest uh, reasons why I came live, because I've been observing certain things that I've seen with other females. They all over the place with their emotions. Master yourselves. Do not let anyone be a master over you, because that's what these demonic entities and these soulless beings are attempting to do, because of the fact that they don't have what we have naturally. That's how they're able to get it, stealing from you. So, like I mentioned the other day, the spiritual attacks. I told you nobody, no complete strangers are going to come for you for nothing. They do it because you have something that they want. So, me, Coach Love and Light, I have a whole lot that complete strangers want. That's why they've been attempting to try to take my life and lie on me and lie on their peace and this one and that one, saying that they've had me sexually and I don't have sex. Make it make sense. This is what I encourage for each and every last single one of you feminine energies, you ladies, you divine feminines. Y'all need to master your emotions and keep yourself to yourself. I know a lot of you were not taught to keep your legs closed, but you can see and look at it in this day and time like your life depends on it, because these very demonic energies that are body hopping from one person to the next just to be able to accomplish their mission, they're looking for that weakness in you. If your flesh is weak, then you can basically chunk the deuces and say sayonara, because of the fact that these energies are after you for your energy because they don't naturally have it. And so this is what you want to make sure that you are aware of. Be aware of how you react to other people. I don't care if it's your boss at work, if it's your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister, your brother, because unfortunately, us who have these anointings, because it's only, far few and in between in each family bloodline lineage. We don't exist all over the place. There's only so many of us out here who are gifted and who are here for a reason. And part of that reason is for you to master yourself. You're not supposed to be walking around here being an energetic slave for other people to be able to feed off of you. This is extremely important for you, divine feminines, to know who you are. So that way you don't allow a complete stranger to walk up to you and say, "Hey, um, spit some type of lingo about God," when in actuality all they're trying to do is steal from you energetically. Because I know a lot of people use, the Most High and religion and stuff like that to try to prey on the people who do not know the difference. Okay, so I'm gonna kick this like this here. When I cross paths with people, I say, "What's that you claim?" And they be like, "What?" I'm like, "What's that you claim? Are you religious or are you spiritual?" Because religion is slavery. It's about control. And it really, really surprised me because a lot of people don't know that. And so I explained it to them like basically you're allowing yourself to be controlled because you're claiming that. You're not claiming that you're spiritual. I don't know why people feel like it's something wrong, but spirituality is all up and through the Bible. Go ahead and read. Check my facts. It's all up and through the Bible. But as we know, these people who go to church are very, very false. They're the walking narcissistic demons, soulless beings that they are. Those are the most wickedest people, the ones that actually step foot in a church, and that sucker should burn down because they're all false. The majority of them, I can't say all, but case in point, know what sets you claim ahead of time so that nobody else can come and tell you who you are, what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, you ain't doing it right. And the reason why I say, the control factor and all of that about the religion is because they have this mindset that you're supposed to do things a certain way. Nothing about me is tradition. I don't do anything traditional. I don't follow orders. I don't do any of that. That's because I raise myself. I don't go according to stereotypes and all this what everybody else do type of situation. I have my own individual connection with the Most High, which works for me. So that's what I encourage for everyone else. All of you divine feminines, establish your own connection with the Most High so that nobody else can come and walk up on you and tell you how to do something. Oh, you're supposed to do it like this here. Oh, you shouldn't be doing it like that there. That's a red flag. Seeking control, seeking dominance over you, want to enslave you so that you do things according to their liking. Never allow that. That's why it's so important for you to know your position and what you're here for on this planet, what your purpose is for being here, knowing who you are so that you know how to move through this life because it is so disturbing me as, a OG, 51 years old. I've seen and heard it all. And I have to stop even the elderly a lot of times. I got to stop them in their tracks and I'm like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait. Hold on. Repeat that again. What did you just say?" Because it's amazing that people don't really know. And it's like, so basically, you're telling God that you're okay with being controlled. Oh, okay, cool. Because spirituality is about freedom. It's not about allowing somebody else to say, "Oh, you got to go in that direction over there." Because if you go over there in that direction, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get scolded. No, it's about you having your own connection with the Most High and moving accordingly, listening to the Most High lead you through the rest of your journey that you are here to serve. Because everybody has a purpose. We're all here on a different journey. Okay, so let's go back and rewind what I spoke about the other day of other people trying to take over my journey, over my life purpose. And so this is why it's so important for all of you females, all of you divine feminines, whether you know that you are or not, for you to understand who you are so that nobody else can come and try to sideswipe you and snatch your destiny from you because that's what people are so thirsty for because they don't naturally walk in that divine feminine energy. They have to steal it from us who are tapped in. So that's why I felt led today to come live to speak to you guys about this because I keep hearing it and it just making me scratch my head. And I said, no, I need to speak about this because this is repetitive. I'm seeing this on a whole other level. Know yourself. Secondly, love yourself because I'm noticing that people are trying to use the Bible, the Most High, and your lack of knowledge to mess over you, to set you up on a whole other level. Why do you think people have been trying to test my gangster, Coach Levin Light? But they didn't realize that I was so tapped in. Again, I'm gonna confess yet again. I play like I don't know what's going on when I know what's going on. I will pretend like I don't know in a heartbeat because, again, I like to give people enough rope to hang themselves. Another thing, ladies, notice when guys come in y'all direction, listen to what they're not saying. Don't always pay attention to what they're saying, because if a so-called man approaches you immediately and his first topic is about laying you down and getting you, naked so that y'all can do the horizontal tangle and the Watusi, he's an energy vampire. He only wants to come and steal from you energetically. That's the quickest way for um, a Jezebel, incubus, succubus spirit to steal your destiny, is through your womb. And I understand that it's not enough people talking about this, and that's the reason why I'm speaking on it right now, because I keep seeing this, I keep seeing it, I keep seeing it. I'm just like, wow. And I'm going to say the same thing, side note, for the gentlemen that follow me and watch me. I crossed paths with a young man the other day, and I read that poor baby inside and out. And the response from him was like, how did you know that? How did you just read me like that? You guys need to be extremely careful as well. Again, this is what the lower vibrational energies, the demonic soulless beings, are looking for. They're looking for you not to know who you are spiritually so they can come and steal from you. Again, let me reiterate about the whole being under the influence type of situation. The young man that I crossed paths with, he was holding a spliff, some reefer, the ganja. He was holding, it was already rolled up. And just automatically, he just started pouring his heart out to me. And he was like, man, ma'am, I'm so fucked up. And I said, I know. And part of it is in your hand right there. He was like, man. And I said, you need to stop allowing that little demon to be on top of you all the time. And he lost it. He was like, ma'am. He said, I done lost everything since I've been with that girl. I said, and yeah, that's every reason to let her go like he should call, baby. And he was like, man, I know I didn't cross paths with you by accident. I said, nobody ever does. Trust and believe me. You can take it to the bank and cash what I have to say, because I'm always on point. I read people like I've been knowing them. I didn't know anything about that young man, but I felt his energy. He was so down low, all in his lower self, not loving himself. And I took out 5 minutes of my time to just pour into him, to allow him to understand, if you don't love you, and this is for my ladies too, not just the fellas, but the ladies. If you don't know how to love you and keep you to yourself, learn yourself, love on yourself, and stop seeking outside of yourselves for what's within you, then you're going to continue. Because the young man said, wow, man, I lost everything since I've been with that girl. And I said, your money too, right? He was like, man. He said, it's been a struggle. I said, well, you can end that struggle if you just release what is not of your highest good. It'll work out for you in the end, but you have to want that for yourself. I'm a complete stranger. I can't want that for you and you not want it for yourself. And you know, I believe that the message was received, because he he walked away with a pep in his step, type of situation. He probably wouldn't have smoked that little, bleezy, but I gave him something to think about, most definitely. So this is my message to you, divine feminines and you masculines, because I know I can't, just specify specifically for the females, but that was my aim. Majority for the women, but I do have to speak for the men too, because I see that you guys literally be getting caught up yourselves. Y'all got to open up y'all spiritual eyes, divine feminine and masculines, to who is good in your life and who is not, who is only around with a handout. If you're doing all of the giving and there's no equal give and take there, yeah, let it go like Keisha Cole. You should not be exerting yourself and giving and giving and giving and giving and not receiving, or getting the bare minimum, or as people love to say, the breadcrumbing. You should not allow yourself to be breadcrumb, because once you figure out who you are, you're not a normal person out here. Especially for those of you who are tapped in on my channel. I help so many of you behind the scenes to understand who you really and truly are and how you're supposed to move through this life, because you can't handle yourself and, try to act like you're like everybody else. You can't. Not when you have a serious connection to the Most High. You got to move differently. You can't do what everybody else do. No, because you're not like everybody else. It's not that many of us. It's far few and in between of us. But those of you who know that you have a special purpose for being here, act like you know. No drinking, no smoking, no doing extracurricular, drugas, no sex before finding that perfect match. Y'all have to start understanding that it's all about a vibrational match. Why do you think that I reject everybody who comes my way? Because they're not a vibrational match. I don't care if they go steal somebody else's energy and cloak themselves in someone else's energy. I can still catch that that's not that person's original energy. That's another thing that I want you all to understand, that use your gifts of discernment, tap in, talk to the Most High. When you have any type of nudge, any type of gut feeling that something ain't right, go within and ask the Most High about it before you make any drastic decisions that you're going to mess around here and regret. Because there are so many demonic soulless beings that are being sent and that have been sent to us who are high vibrational and who have a purpose, because they want our purpose. And they think that you guys are weak as fuck. They think that y'all are gonna be, oh, like like a child on a swing, just allowing anything to take place. Oh, here, drink this. You tossing it up and taking it to the head. I mean, food, drink, um, smoking, sex. All of these things, remember, you have to consume into your body. Always remember that these things are gateways for people to be able to fuck you up on a whole other level, okay? This is not a joke. I was divinely guided and led to leave you guys this message in this hour because I want you guys to thrive. I don't have to know you individually. A lot of you guys know we've crossed paths in person. You've met me in person, and I blessed you in person on a whole other level. Know thyself, love thyself, so that nobody else can come behind you and tell you anything about you, because you will know how to move through this life. You ain't just out here just all desperate and all wild and willy-nilly just giving it up, because you know who you are and what your purpose is for. If it's not another high vibrational person matching your divine energy, your high vibrational energy, you shouldn't even be wanting to be affiliated with that person or people. It's that serious. Why do y'all think I'm always solo dolo? Because I read people on a whole other level. I see the fake and the phony. I can smell it from a mile away. I want y'all to tap in so that y'all will be on that level, so nobody can play with y'all, with any one of you guys. You have to understand how desperate these demonic energies and soulless beings are out here wanting to be you. They want to be us on a whole totally different level. So much to the point where, they're willing to lie still and, that K word to try to be you. But guess what? Newsflash. Things the way that they used to be are no longer. And then people have to understand, don't ever judge a book by its cover. You never know whose ancestors and what and who are backing the individual that they are targeting, such as myself. I'm not a regular person out here. That's why I want you guys to learn yourselves and who you are on a spiritual soul level. Dig into your background and find out who your bloodline is, type of situation. Who is your ancestors? Who do you come from? Because believe me, all of you guys did not come on my YouTube channel by accident. Y'all was spiritually led to me. Y'all was spiritually led to cross paths with me in person. All of this is by design. And as I explained on the last live, the only reason why I hadn't been posting and going live like I used to all the years before was because of the stalking, the hacking, and the tapping. People have been interfering with my connection to be able to go live on my channel. Because I would have been spitting some game to y'all, you know, before, way back, whatever, But because of what I have to say, it's detrimental because people don't want me giving y'all the spiritual tea to help y'all understand how to move. They want you guys to remain clueless so that they can actually use your cluelessness to be able to trap you, block you, and stop you in the midst of your path so that you do not accomplish and fulfill your spiritual calling, fulfill your destinies out here. This is what they've been attempting to do to me, but people just did not realize. Crossing paths with me, I am walking karma. I can bless you or I can curse you. And what I would rather do is bless you than to curse you, because it's, downhill from there. It's all bad. If I call judgment on a person, it's a wrap. I've even seen my own blood family doing a spiral, because when people don't realize that, you can't uh, do what you want to do to just anybody. This is family, friends, foes, so-called whatever, whoever, employers, this one and that one. And this is what I want you guys to learn about yourselves. Start tapping in, because I know a lot of you that are on my live right now. Y'all are very, very powerful. I can feel your energy. You don't got to put up with a bunch of nonsense from unnecessaries. Just call judgment on them and let the Most High handle it. You don't got to put a finger on nobody. You don't got to lift a finger. You don't even got to get angry. This is why I'm explaining this, of y'all being masters of yourselves. so that nobody else can master over you. Because they use your anger, your resentment, your tears, and all that pain to feed energetically off of you and steal your power. This is what these demonic people do out in the streets. They want to use your pain against you. So, like, let's see, say for instance, y'all have different family members. This is just an example because we all do. You got family members that always want to argue. It's always something dramatic. There's always some drama because they know that you are an empath and they're narcissists. Angel versus demon. The paradigm. They want to use your lack of knowledge against you to be able to steal from you energetically. Even your own family. See, us who have the angelic energy about us and we're here for a purpose, people can see that about you, even when you don't see it about yourself. And then they use your lack of knowledge against you to be able to steal from you energetically. Because they're banking on you not knowing who you are and they want you to stay that way. That's why these cults and covens, they like to gang up on the people that are the most powerful, such as myself. Years and years and years and years of being targeted, all because they need me. And I know you all having an aha moment right now because y'all can think about so-called friends, so-called family that are just ridiculously, okay, mean towards you. Always just want to start some shiznai with you. And you just be minding your own business. See, that's motivation for the lower vibrational energies. Your peace pisses them off. They don't want you walking around here hopping and skipping and jumping and acting like, fa la 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 la. They don't want you doing that. They want they want that hurt. They want that pain. That's why I'm telling y'all, stay out your fields. Because that's what these lower vibrational energies are coming after you for, to steal your divine energy. So they can walk around and pretend to be you. This ain't no fib. This is on some next level stuff. Okay, let me talk about this here too. Ladies, my divine feminines, I'm finna break something down real quick. So I know that you guys are used to, hearing different stories, or maybe you've even experienced it yourselves, where you got this dude, he fine as all outdoors, and you come to find out he got a slew of women. Let me break that down for you real quick. That's an incubus, succubus, Jezebel. Uh-huh. And he's using all of those different females as energy sources. How do you think that he's able to accumulate the amount of money that he's been able to accumulate? Because he is stealing the divine feminine energy through sex from each and every last single one of these high vibrational women, snatching their energy from them, all of their abundance and all of their, spiritual inheritances and their destinies and different things like that through penetration. That's why you see these guys out here jumping from one woman to the next, to the next, to the next, because they are feeding off of the real divine feminine as an energy source to accumulate money so they can keep on gathering up more and more and more women. And they just keep it going like it's a cycle of energy flowing for their come up, for their benefit, for their pockets. Because that's another thing I want you, divine feminines, to understand. And this ain't no shade to, any of the men, but I'm going to say what I'm finna say. These men ain't shit without the real divine feminine. We are the creator and the maker of all things. Don't let a man ever tell you that he don't need you because we make the world go round. All of you melanated goddesses, beautiful goddesses, all of you queens, y'all don't ever let a so-called man, wannabe man, put you down and make you feel like you need him, because in actuality, energetically, he needs you. Which was the motivation for this whole entire live, is because without us, these so-called men ain't shit. Without our energy, without our input, without the real divine feminine, they wouldn't even know what to do with themselves. I want you guys to think about that movie, The Woman King, because that is the way that in the beginning it actually was. Men would just, help for us because we used to rule this planet many, many, many lifetimes ago. It was the woman king, it was never the man. That's why everything is upside down and ass backwards these days, because these men are inferior and they're very, very butthurt and very, very intimidated by a real woman such as myself, because I don't tolerate nonsense from so-called men. I intimidate an insecure ass little boy. And I know a lot of you divine feminists, you real women, I know that y'all do the same. And that's the reason why, the majority, real women be alone and by ourselves by choice, because we don't want to have to raise a man. Because 9 times out of 10, because he can't meet your standards, he's going to go cheat on you anyway with somebody lesser than you, because he don't got to put that much work in. Hello. I'm just saying. I mean, this is one of the reasons why, like I said on my last live, that they try to, keep me off my live, because I don't speak nothing but the truth. You that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Slay or you get eliminated. I be trying to, give these dudes out here that think they're the gift to whoever, I don't know, but don't even add up or meet to what a real divine feminine is even possibly even wanting. Wonder why we shoo them away from us and we block and ignore, because either they coming with their hand out or they penis in their hand, and I'm not interested in either one. And I know a lot of you ladies aren't either. Y'all are tired of the so-called uh supposed men, grown ass boys, not bringing anything to the table, but they want everything from us like they some little grown ass kids. Them the type that you got to put on your taxes as a dependent, because they lean on us for everything. Like I said, they ain't shit without us type of situation. Again, this is why this live is important, because I want you ladies, keep yourselves to yourselves. Love on yourselves. Don't seek outside yourselves. Protect your divine feminine energy, because these vultures, these energy vampires, these demonic energies, incubus, Jezebel, succubus spirits, they are running behind y'all trying to figure out how to steal your destiny through your womb. Keep your legs closed. Starve them. Let them see that it will never, ever, ever happen. Yes, and I understand. A lot of you guys were listening to me and what's been happening to me with this very obsessed, possessed, demonically possessed person who has been stalking me for all these years, because I will not give him the time of the day. I literally want to throw up in my fucking mouth right now, just even mentioning it, but I have to as an example because uh, I have been experiencing what it is that I'm speaking about. I don't want any of you guys going through what it is that I have been experiencing with a complete stranger, a supposed grown man, but act like a little boy. Actually, acts like a little girl, but is married, which I'm still not understanding that, but whatever. And is seeking out a single woman who is not interested, don't want to know him, and you know, I just want you guys to be very, very careful out here. Also, too, please be mindful of the dating sites, ladies, because now that I think back, and I don't know if you guys were on my last live when I mentioned about uh a previous acquaintance who brought to my attention um about why he was thinking that you know people have been targeting me, that I have previously rejected, um and it really all makes sense. So on that note, be very careful about these dating sites, these apps and different things like that, because there are predators under false accounts, false identities. They're doing it on social media, they're doing it on the dating sites, and they're pretending to be somebody else. You think you're talking to somebody new. No, you're actually talking to the same possessed, obsessed person, demonically possessed person who is trying to target you and set you up, because they want to siphon your energy. Your sexual energy is on a whole other level to a energy vampire. He's hoping that you are in your lower selves so that it'll be easier and not a struggle to be able to get your um, sexual energy from you through penetration. Okay. So you ladies, be very, very mindful, be very, very careful. And also, you guys, y'all need to do the same thing, because this is why I'm speaking about you guys knowing yourselves, because they're banking on you not knowing so that it'll be easier for them to be able to steal from you and set you up and take your life for clout. Because I'm going to mention this also again. So the ones that decided to target me, little did I know in the beginning, I was supposed to be a ritualistic sacrifice. And, luckily, I started getting my intuitive nudges that something wasn't right. I was paying attention to synchronicities and different things like that. And I was made aware by the Most High that I was being followed and stalked and hacked and tapped and so on and so forth. So, with that being said, ladies, pay attention, fellas, pay attention to patterns. I've taught myself since I was a child about patterns. Me being an orphan, I raised myself, I've been on my own since I was 8 years old. That's one of the things that I have noticed in people. I don't gotta know you, I automatically pick up on patterns from people. And I just want you guys to understand that these demonically possessed people, they do the same repetitive things to everybody. Every single time that they're plotting and planning, it's the same thing. Every time they're throwing dark energy at you, it's the same thing. And you know what's so amazing to me? These people who claim that they're so powerful but need to steal it from other people and gather up a bunch of innocent people. But you're supposed to be powerful though, but you need a bunch of other people to be able to be powerful because you ain't shit by yourself. I'm just saying. I was just, just wanted to speak on that real quick because it just doesn't make any sense. But that's neither here nor there. Um, y'all keep y'all head on the swivel. Y'all make sure that y'all keep y'all energy cleansed. Tell motherfuckers to give you 50 feet real quick. You don't need nobody around you. Um, and I suggest no friends either because everybody can be bought and paid for these days. This is something that I have noticed. Also, too, um, although you guys may not be chiefing, partaking in the ganja, the choo-choo train type of situation, and or pill popping or drinking and all of that, be mindful of the people around you who do, because this is another thing that you guys need to pay attention to. These demonic, um, very low vibrational people who target you because you have something that they want. They will use everybody around you to turn on you. So I'm saying this to say, if family members, so-called homie, friend, whatever, whoever, is always under the influence. You see them smoking, you see them drinking, you see them, doing the recreational thing, steer clear, because these same people who are searching for avenues and different ways to get to you will use the closest people to you because their vibration is already lower because they're always under the influence. I want you guys to be mindful of that. Don't be surprised people around you just start acting very weird and just outlandish out the clear blue. Just know that that person is not that person. That's an entity, that's a spirit, that's a demonic presence within that person that has been able to take over that person's vessel because they are in their lower selves and they're under the influence. And so they can be influenced by a spirit, by an entity to be able to serve the demonic purpose that they were sent to serve through other people around you. So just be mindful of that. So serious. That's why I'm always solo dolo and I don't have friends on purpose, because I see people are very, very unhealed. And, I keep hearing all the time, oh, well, my go to is, oh, I need to smoke. Oh, my go to is I need a drink. Oh, my go to is, I got to pop a little something, something. Steer clear of those type of people. If they have to be under some type of recreational something, run, because of the fact that they are easily being able to be taken over by the demonic energies. So just be mindful of that. But anyway, I just wanted to tap in with you guys and um, touch on that really, really quick, because I think it's extremely important that all of you understand on a different level of why it's important to stay out of your feelings. Don't be emotional. Don't get in your lower selves. Stay as high vibrational as possible. You see anybody coming at you, laugh at them. Seriously. Because it's just like, you know, people wanting to get a rise out of you to be able to siphon your energy, to be able to point and laugh, all because They're that thirsty for your energy. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So, at any rate, this is Coach Love and Light. I am signing off, and I will be back again with more thought provoking topics and discussions, y'all. Hope this was a serious help to you guys because this is very important on you guys knowing how to move as the feminine energies that you are. Don't allow yourselves to be played and used and tricked out your spot because that's what these demonic energies are attempting to do because they want to be you. Understand that. All right? All right. Till the next time, I am Coach Love and Light. I am signing off. Love and light, y'all. Love and light.